You will never be able to guide every outcome toward your preference, but you can guide your response toward wisdom. When your response is consistent, the unpredictability of life loses much of its power. The mind often multiplies discomfort by holding onto it longer than necessary. When you allow experiences to pass without clinging, you prevent temporary pain from becoming lasting burden. You are not required to give importance to every thought that arises. Many thoughts are fleeting and lose their influence when they are not entertained. Life does not become peaceful when circumstances align perfectly. It becomes peaceful when your need for perfect circumstances fades. Much of what overwhelms you is created by trying to control what cannot be controlled. When you focus only on what is within your reach, your energy becomes more effective. You cannot control how others respond to you, but you can control how you respond to them. That difference determines your inner stability. Emotional reactions often feel necessary, but they are not always useful. When you pause, you allow clarity to guide your actions instead of impulse. The present moment is where all real change happens. Everything else exists only in thought, and thought alone cannot shape your life. You are constantly building habits of response. Each calm decision strengthens calmness. Each reactive decision strengthens impulsiveness. The desire for certainty creates anxiety, because life rarely offers guarantees. When you accept uncertainty, your mind becomes more adaptable. You do not need to remove fear to move forward. You only need to ensure that fear does not decide your actions. The mind becomes stronger when it learns to remain steady in discomfort instead of escaping it. You cannot eliminate all challenges, but you can eliminate the habit of being overwhelmed by them. True strength is not the absence of emotion, but the ability to act with clarity even when emotions are strong. You will never be able to secure every outcome, but you can secure the way you meet each outcome. When your response is grounded in reason, even uncertainty becomes something you can move through with stability. The mind often creates prolonged suffering by refusing to release what has already passed. When you learn to let experiences end where they belong, you prevent them from extending into your present. You are not required to engage with every thought that arises. Many thoughts dissolve when left alone, but grow stronger when given attention without awareness. Life does not become easier when challenges disappear. It becomes easier when you stop resisting the presence of challenges in your mind. Much of what feels overwhelming is the result of trying to manage everything at once. When you bring your focus back to the present step, complexity begins to reduce. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control whether their behavior becomes part of your internal state. Emotional reactions often feel immediate and necessary, but they are not always aligned with clarity. When you pause, you allow reason to guide your actions. The present moment is not lacking anything. It only appears so when compared to imagined futures. When comparison fades, presence becomes enough. You are constantly shaping the patterns of your mind. Each calm response strengthens calmness. Each reactive response strengthens impulsiveness. The desire for certainty creates tension, because certainty is rarely guaranteed. When you accept uncertainty, your mind becomes more resilient. You do not need to remove fear to act. You only need to prevent it from becoming the force that decides your actions. The mind becomes clearer when it remains focused on what is real instead of wandering into what might happen. You cannot prevent every challenge, but you can prevent challenges from overwhelming you by approaching them with patience and discipline.